So today, guys, obviously, as mentioned, we have the second part, or I guess the private part of our packaging coaching offer that convert series. Okay, so Tuesday we went over the definitional side, the psychology behind everything, but now we're going to get into how do we actually do it. And as always, this is going to be more focused toward our paid community. And at some point, we're going to just start closing off these lessons. So only the paid members will get them. But for now, guys, take full advantage of it if you're in the free community. And if you're in the paid one, by the time you're seeing this, it's probably already gate kept. So we won't be doing more of those anyway. So welcome in, guys. We're going to get straight into it. This should be about 30 minutes of your time. And I'm going to hop right through it. And I obviously, to give you, again, my credibility, I have a bachelor's of science in business management as well as consulting capstone focus at the United States Air Force Academy. I have about 2 years of experience in the consulting field, having worked with professional business clients as well as individual people. I used to work more just one-on-one with business, LLCs, S Corp, C Corp companies. And then I eventually decided that it was a lot easier to focus on just starting to help influencers because I want to be my own influencer. And I've been influencing for a while. I have 100 and something thousand followers on TikTok and about 8,000 on YouTube subscribed to me. So I know a little bit about influencing myself. Not only that, but I've owned and sold multiple companies, including a clothing brand, which I sold to an investor in Arizona. Now I run Ascend Consulting, which I own, which we have about 8 employees right now. And we help people, coaches, take the time away from having to figure out how to be a business owner and instead just be pretty on camera and do your coaching. We handle everything from marketing to giving you an action plan, designing your content for you, handling your DMs and chats to get paid clients. We run your business on autopilot. And we also give you actionable advice that if you want to do it yourself, you know exactly how to do so. So that's my little spiel there. That's my pitch. We're going to get right into this lesson. And obviously, that's my credibility as well. So let's talk about how do you set up an offer that actually makes sense for people to buy online. These are my real notes. I've spent time on this, so hopefully you guys like it. Before you start, the first thing you need to do is set your goal. The goal isn't to build an offer, it's to package and position your coaching like a $10,000 a month plus product, even if you're just getting started, okay? So this walkthrough is gonna be for you if you sell a coaching or consulting service. Again, the most popular options we talk about on the community here are going to be like a one-on-one coaching, right? Where you meet with someone on like Google Meet or like a Zoom call, hybrid, I guess group or hybrid group. Group could be like our normal paid community where we have hundreds of members in there, almost 400 now. And you guys kind of teach yourselves. And then we have kind of a roundup event like live streams like this or our coffee hour where we can answer your questions. Hybrid is more of a joint focus where like it's like our inner circle. I get to actually meet and coach you guys one-on-one, but then there's still a community and networking focus because it's more of just the meeting. And then our agency is kind of the done for you side of things where it's one of one plus we actually do everything. We don't just tell you we need to implement this, this, and this for content. We'll actually edit your content and put it out for you and then market it. So you guys don't even have to worry about that side of things. And I don't personally do that, guys. I'm only one man, but I have a whole team of people that have years of experience. So you don't have to just fake it until you make it. You can just hire a team of people that know exactly what they're doing in this industry to make you blow up, and anybody can become an influencer. All right. So that's kind of like the 4 areas that I focus on with coaches. But you also want to host or sell it using WAP. You want to skip the vague advice and get straight to what actually works. And you want the structure tight enough to convert strangers, but also flexible enough to evolve over time. I think we all want that, right? We need to look presentable, but we also need to have flexibility to change with circumstances. Like AI threw a loop and everything, and we need to be aware for how that's going to affect our business. All right, let's go down a little bit. So step one is going to be define the core offer in outcome terms. So what do I mean by that? Well, sell the results and not the method. This is not 8 coaching calls. It's not 8 meetings with me. You guys don't give a shit who I am. It's get your first 3 clients in 30 days, even with no audience. Even if you have 200 followers and they're all childhood friends from your hometown that don't care about you anymore. And that happens a lot. So it's blank niche who want blank outcome in blank time frame without blank common frustration. I teach this over and over and over again with my coaching clients, and we set this up all the time in our agency. It is the best, most tested line that'll work in your Instagram bio. Okay, so here's some examples. For fitness creators, this is for me creating for you, but you guys can obviously know how you can tailor this for your actual clients. But I'm just talking about what I've used in my own bio to help you guys as coaches. So for fitness creators, if I'm targeting, helping fitness coaches, who want to close $2,000 packages in 6 weeks without running paid ads. For new freelancers who want 5 high-ticket clients in 60 days without Upwork or Fiverr. For dating coaches who want to enroll 10 clients a month without cold outreach, okay? So you're saying who it is, you're saying what outcome you're getting them, and then you're saying without the common frustration, and additionally the time frame too. So like 60 days, 6 months, whatever it's going to be. Test 2 or 3 variations on your WAP page or IG stories, but also your IG bio. So we'll add that in real quick, /bio. See what resonates. You're not married to the first version you try. So give it a couple weeks and swap them out. Step 2, once you've done that, is build a name framework. So 3 to 5 steps max. And again, I've tested all of this. This turns your service into a proprietary business, not just another coach with a checklist. And I know we actually broke this rule initially because our Ascend method is 6 letters, but it made sense for us. Typically, I would say 3 to 5 steps. Think of like an acronym, right? Like ACE or RIGHT, or you know how they say think before you post, and think is an acronym? Like that's a 5-step process. This turns your service into a proprietary process. But name frameworks build perceived value as well as clarity. They reduce friction, especially when selling in the DMs or stories. They also let you repackage the same content into different tiers later. Okay, does that make sense? So I'll give you the formula here, and this is the one I use with my clients. So framework, acronym, or name equals 3 to 5 core steps. So you can use ChatGPT and tailor this to your method, but Attract is a long one, which I've seen, but Launch is probably a shorter one. Ironically, neither of these are 3 to 5 steps, but I'm just saying how I would ideally like to target it. So awareness, texting, tone, reach outs, appearance, confidence, timing. The reason I said this is because I initially saw this in one of the dating coaches that I've helped. This one actually did pretty well, but normally, like I said, you don't want it this long. I would maybe aim for like text, like TEXT, except X is a little bit hard. There's not really many words that start with X. You could just say like sexualize or whatever if you want it to be a dating coach, something like that, right? So just make it memorable. Launch is a good one, like lead magnet, audience warm up, unique offer, nurture, close, handoff. This is actually pretty similar to what we do as an agency, but it's pretty much what you guys get when you work with us and actually sign as a client. The format to use it on WAP, add this as a header block with bullet points underneath in your sales page. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean here. I'm going to share my screen, and then you guys can see kind of how ours is set up. So if you look at, let me switch my tab over. Just give me a second here. When you look at our free and paid community, the way it looks is set up specifically for our who we want to buy our stuff. Okay, so for new coaches and creators learning how to get started. Okay, and then we have the actual bullet points with the main sales points. So what are the actual delivery points you get? So master the fundamentals with expert guidance. Join 1,000 plus ambitious entrepreneurs on the same path to success. You get direct access to top coaches and influencers for partnerships. That makes sense? And then the brand to business one, right, is talking about the outcome. So elite networking and partnerships with influencers. That's what you want. You want to have networking and you want those abilities in the space. Let me go back to my Notion app real quick. But it's, again, essentially just instead of saying blanket what they are, explain what the call is going to do. So you notice we didn't just say, like in our advanced tier, we say 4 times monthly calls with me and my team to, do X result. Don't just say 8 or 4 calls, whatever it's going to be. Don't just say templates. Don't just say Slack access. Word them in a way that explain exactly what's going to happen when you utilize these things. It's not bad to say 8 Zoom calls, but you need more than that because the Zoom calls might just be a waste of time otherwise if they don't know what's in there. You can use this milestone-based delivery, week 1, week 4. So what you could do is, I've seen on WAP that offer page, people will break down the bullet points and explain kind of what each week is going to be. We don't do that in ours, but if you guys want a basic way to start and get some more clarity about your package, I've seen that work really well. So this could be like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, desired outcome at the end of week 5. If it was just a one-on-one coaching service, I've seen that work really well for people. Next, preload your milestone copy into the perks section for each plan and place it visually in the page body. People convert when they see the progress mapped out. You guys can see the model here of how we expect you to flow through our services. So we kind of do it a little bit differently than that. But also you want to make it very obvious and fill out these here's what you'll get things strategically so people can see exactly what the main benefits of joining are. You'll notice in ours, you get networking and collabs, you get a networking chat, you get a creator forum, you get the lounge chat where you can just share advice and get any information you need. You get the daily trainings. I send out a custom email every day that gives knowledgeable advice in the space. So if you're sitting on the toilet or you're walking your dog, you have 2 minutes to read through a valuable lesson in this space and still continue to educate yourself. I do that work for you. Step 4 is tier the offer strategically. Most people throw a price on it and hope it sticks. We don't want to do that. So next, to do that, we want to use price anchoring principles, not just slapping a price on and just trying our best to mix and match it. In some ways, you're gonna have to guess, but there's also formulaic ways to go about this to have strategically higher results from the start. Rule 1 is the ROI anchor. And we talked about this on Tuesday, but we want to price it at about 10% of the realistic outcome of the value you help produce. So this is a lot easier for me than it will be for you guys, but in some niches, it can be as well. If you help a coach consistently close $10,000 a month in clients, like I do, a $1,000 to $2,500 coaching plan is a no-brainer. Again, I'll get on sales calls and I won't have problems selling it because people know that I can get them to 10K. That's where testimonials come in. That's where having a lot of credibility, like a degree from one of the highest institutions in the country come in, as well as years of experience in the space like I do have. You guys aren't going to have that. So you just need a price based on how much value you think you can deliver and then be able to back that up. Price isn't about time, and this is a huge mistake people make. It's about the delta between before and after, the delta value, delta V, as you'll see. So good, better, best framework. Okay, so I would like to typically set up your tiers strategically to show people what the value is. Think about it like this, and I'll use mine as a perfect example. When you go to the movie theater, you have a small, medium, and large popcorn. If they put the medium pretty close in size to the small one, then you're going to think the medium's a no-brainer if they're about the same price, because the medium is bigger, right? And if it costs about the same, you're like, well, I might as well get the medium because it's bigger. But if the medium and the large are really close together and they're very high priced, then you're going to want the small, or you're just going to go straight to the large. The medium won't really be a big consideration. You see what I'm saying there? So depending on the order and how you value things in comparison to one another, that gives people the sense of choice. And the reason I have 3 plans, we obviously have the agency here, which is, again, if you guys want to be an influencer and guarantee a path to success, and you want to just essentially invest to get there from the start, we can do this, or we help you scale if you're already at a certain point. But we have these 3 plans strategically set up. So you guys, we know exactly what you guys are going to pick. And obviously we offer value to back it. But again, this is priced very high because this is me meeting with you directly. I get on a coaching call with you. It's done with you. So you get to meet with me. I actually go through your funnel, your systems, and I'll give you advice and we'll fix things on the call. So you walk away from each call having improved your business a little bit as if I were physically working on it. But you don't need to go meet with me like back in the day. Again, most of you aren't going to need to meet with me one-on-one. You can take the advice I'm giving you and you can do it yourself. So that's why we have this one priced so low at $25 a month. We have hours and countless courses basically breaking down every single step of how to create a coaching or service-based brand and sell something online from scratch. $5,800 plus is how much it's valued at. Essentially, we have that very close to our free. You know, there's only a $25 difference between these two. And then there's a $575 difference between this two because A, my time is very valuable and I already have so many clients to meet with. And secondly, we want most of you to just start here because I can't take on all of you as one-on-one clients from the start. Does that make sense? So I priced it strategically to make sense. But the reason we have the free community is to give value to this. We can show you guys exactly what most of our services are, like on this live stream here, but then you get all of the features when you actually start paying because we want you to commit to it. And that's the only way we've seen people take action on the advice we give. Otherwise, you don't watch the videos and stuff, but we can create awareness with a free community. And a lot of you don't even need a free community. You can use social media or Instagram or TikTok as your free community. But this is an example of what I've seen if you want all of those to be paid. So for instance, $97 a month can be a self-paced course with a group chat if you're at a higher ticket, right? Or maybe trying to keep it low. The core could be $14.97 one-time fee instead of like 25 bucks a month, right? Or something like that. It's just coaching calls, templates, or live chats. And then premium would be like 5 grand. It'd be the one-on-one calls plus do it done for you funnel builds, which is like a hands-off strategy. And again, I'm just throwing price points in there based on like the maximums I've seen just to show you guys how much you can make doing these things. But if you do have a core offer that's your course, most of the time this will probably be between, I'll just say like $150 to about 1497 or 1500 bucks. But you could let's say you get 10 people to get into your free community or your paid community. That's going to be about $15,000 that you guys made. So kind of high ticket there, but if you can back the value, I've definitely seen that work. Use WAP's multiple plans feature to present these side by side. All you do is you go into WAP, you go to manage, you scroll down, and then you show upsells, and then make it visible. So that way, every single one of these offers, you go in, manage WAP, and then you can show what other ones are being promoted or upsold. Make sure visibility is on. The upsell part just means if you guys buy this, it's going to ask you if you want this instead. So that way we can capitalize on taking the highest advantage of the opportunity when we have somebody willing to buy. Okay, so I'm not just telling you guys these things, I'm showing you how they're implemented within my structure. And sure, I'm like exposing my sales tactics or whatever, but this works, guys. I don't need to hide anything. You guys are genuinely seeing the value displayed here. You can see why $600 a month is important. I'm doing 150 bucks a week, essentially. And that's a meeting with me where I can actually fix your business and turn it from not profitable to profitable. And then additionally, I spend time between calls coming up with lesson content and strategy specific to the complaints that you gave me. So obviously, guys, it's worth that because my time is definitely worth the money. If we're talking about building a successful business or not. Let's say you did this for 3 months, 1,800 bucks, and I can turn you into a 5K a month business, then 1,800 bucks, guys, is a tax write-off. That's nothing to get there. And that's usually where we're at most of the time. Step 5 is build your WAP page to sell on site. And again, just make it presentable and be very clear about how the different levels are providing different value. I see this mistake a lot because so many of you will say, take our free course here. And then this one will just say like paid course and then, private community. But this one also says like group chats and stuff. So like if you're offering group chats and courses in both, then why would someone want to pay if they can get it for free? And there's a lot of free riders on many apps, and that's bad for 2 reasons. One, because they're just going to take up space and they're just going to be asking questions where your real customers can't actually get value. And then secondly, they're not going to take your content seriously or actually give you the feedback you need to improve as a coach because they don't want to commit to something they didn't have to pay for. And I see this a lot with free riders or tire kickers. So the layout you need for this is you need to be clear about who should be paying and who shouldn't. So that way the people that do are not going to be disappointed and ask for a refund. So for example, you could use a headline such as a transformation formula. Land your first 5 high ticket clients in 30 days without paid ads. What is the outcome, right? So step-by-step formula to create a coaching brand from scratch. Step-by-step fitness plan to get 6-pack abs in 3 months. Again, tailor it back to what we said in step 1. We have that formula, okay? So just basically repurpose that on WAP, fit it in the 60 character limit, and you're good to go. The subheading, right, which is that second line. So again, we'd see turn your brand into a money-making machine in 30 days. And that's our inner circle where I work with you one-on-one. So essentially, the subheading is who is it for and kind of what are you going to more specifically do? Get hands-on coaching, high-level strategy, and done-for-you toolkits. You also get to network with the top earners, refine your offer, and scale to 6 figures. We actually host this not on WAP, but we host this on a different platform, like Discord, kind of an equivalent of that. But we're actually moving things back to WAP, so you'll soon see our member count fill back up with that. And it'll be pretty interactive on the WAP platform because they've added a lot of the features we use now, like these live streams, that we can keep it private in our community. Next is the framework with bold headers. So name it, share the steps, and explain the transformation. I do this really well with my agency. So again, it's a done for you. So I explain done for you versus done with you versus do it yourself. So you guys can clearly see how the value is painted out. I would recommend you guys just copy this. Feel free to just take this and use it yourself. If you have 3 layers, maybe the community is do it yourself. It's just your courses. Done with you is just basic coaching. And then done for you is like full-time support and accountability. right? So something like that. And then we also explain what you're getting. So we're going to do a deep dive business audit to remove the bottlenecks and scale with precision. We're going to add a high converting sales system designed for rapid high ticket enrollments to get high ticket customers. And then we're also going to do a funnel, ads, email, and automation custom built and launched specifically to your brand. So you know exactly what we're giving you. So another thing you can do too is kind of just add the milestone map. So here's what happens after you join. Essentially, this can be like represented in multiple ways. I've seen it just also be listed out here instead of the previous step, instead of just the framework or listing the steps separately. This is kind of like a week by week thing, right? If you have like a 10-week plan, that would make a lot of sense. Or you can go to the top here and explain it on a video, which is like your video sales letter. And I kind of do that for my business as well. You guys can see exactly, if you watch each video between the different communities is different, and you can see how I break down each offer. And I would recommend that if you guys want maximum face time and showing people how you're credible, as well as getting to know you more personally. 3x3 stack, we talked about this on Tuesday. So what I would do is stack calls, templates, and a chat in a basic WAP community. You need those three. And then the bonuses, I would add three things like Vault, DM access, and feedback review. So like services or extra content you're doing. You can kind of see this in our main paid communities. We have other things like we have the courses, we have the lounge. You can't see all of our apps, but essentially, if I go to manage app, we'll just see on the side, we have 5 main courses. Actually, I think we have 6 because we have the mindset course too included. We have content rewards. We have a creator specific forum, daily training. It's pretty packed with value. But you guys can use the, make sure you're using and strategically aligning the here's what you'll get side of WAP to display that. Next is the 3 pricing tiers. So again, just make sure people know and call them things that make sense. So we called ours Creator Prep School. So that way inherently in the name, you guys know that it's here to set you up. Another option was we were thinking like Ascend Light version or like Light Edition or something like that, or Ascend Free program. So you guys know that like there's a paid side and it infers that. But we found prep school is the most encompassing term that has the highest reviews and not seeming like we're just giving out like free coupons, but there actually still is value in here. Then we have the brand to business, which is our middle most common tier. And that's kind of explaining you know, you just became a creator, but here you're actually building a personal brand and making money off of it. And then this one's very specific to tell you that it's an inner circle. And then additionally, there's coaching involved. So you're not just getting community and you're not just getting courses, but you're also getting assistance. Then the agency naturally, and growth agency naturally infers that you're going to get one-on-one assistance in an agency format. Step 6 is going to be the Instagram and DM flow that drives the conversions. So this could be a whole topic by itself, and eventually we'll spend time breaking down a content strategy. But here's what I will say. You don't need a funnel. You need clarity and conversation. Here's what I use. So if you're a blank niche trying to grow or package your offer, and you probably already have heard these words across many videos on Instagram, because I've either helped those people, they've been a member in my community, or they've just gotten it from the same, you know, methodologies of practice that I have. DM me launch, I'll send over the exact framework I use. So either there's 2 ways to do this. One, when they DM you launch, you can use the app called ManyChat and set that up to automate messages. Essentially, just go to automation here, and then you can set up a live auto DM. So when someone comments, it'll send you the free guide or ask for their email, and then send a free resource to that. And then, or if you can just manually text them. But if you're getting started, I would recommend that so you understand how to build out a conversation and how to sell things online anyway. And then eventually just go in ManyChat and do it yourself, or hire us as an agency. We've built out so many of these automated DM sequences that it's crazy. We can do it with our eyes closed. So what's your current offer or plan is something I would ask you guys, but you know, something you could also ask your client would be like, what's your current strategy or plan for whatever niche? I'm just kind of tailoring this to show you guys how you could use it instead of just being a consultant like I am. So they would explain it, and then you say, got it, got it. It sounds like this program would fit. Do you want a quick breakdown of how that would work and where we could get you with it? And then just kind of send them the WAP link directly. And again, I automate this stuff, but sometimes depending on the person, I will also just manually respond if I think they're going to be a good fit, or if I handpick that person in the first place. Again, I show you guys, I still do outreach on my own. I still hand type, and I still voice record memos to send to people that I'm kind of cherry picking as clients. So if it's one of those people, I'll talk to them. If it's just someone else, I'll just make it automated. And then that removes friction and frames you as helpful and not salesy. And the page does the work when you click on it. That's why I love WAP so much, because you have a video sales letter. It's very clear about what you do. You can see the social proof here, and then you can break down multiple different offers, and they can choose and shop for the one that's best for them. Here's some advanced tips that push your offer and your offer presentation over the line. First, use visual mockups. So either Figma or Canva are the two I would recommend for this. And just stack bundle visuals. Conversations jump by 20%. So you can either do that up here and you can generate these. You can generate visuals like this one, which is actually AI generated. We have videos here of just people wearing merch and stuff like that. So you can go that way as well. It's up to you. And just kind of post that on social media on like your story or your highlight reel with a link to your WAP page, and you can get people clicking on it. I would just use like a link tree or something like that to track how many people are clicking on it. I can show you some more advanced strategies for that in the future. Use deadline-based perks. So the next 5 get a personal script review or get a personalized workout plan. Or I'll send you the free workout template, but the first 5 people to send me a DM with this text, I'll go ahead and fill it out specifically to your goals, and we'll meet on a call. And I'll do that consultation for free. Now, sure, you could go on that call and upsell your paid programs, but you can kind of do some free coaching and bundle that as some sort of a deadline-based scarcity offer. Next, you could add a guarantee. So even a 14-day satisfaction guarantees reduced buyer hesitation. I have a 30-day free trial of my paid coaching. So if you guys signed up right now, you wouldn't have to pay $600. You could do this for free. And as long as you just join and then you just cancel it after the 30-day point, you guys won't have to do any more coaching with me and you won't get billed at all. So you could get 4 weeks of coaching with me for free if you're one of the next 4 people to sign up. So I'm kind of offering that right now. By the time you probably get there, it'll be gone because of other people watching this live stream and things like that. And then next, test 2 different hero headlines across Instagram stories or link variations. Hero headlines are things like this: monetize your brand with premium offers and funnels, something that's categorizing your main core outcome. Okay. So that's like what we said here. Try those on WAP, and additionally go back and tailor that main sentence in your Instagram bio. I help blank people to do blank outcome. And the main thing you're going to swap is without the what frustration. So what pain point are you targeting? And the people that you can relate to very well with a specific pain point, and you can find one that tests very well, that's going to be a great thing to keep in your bio. And then finally, whitelist early access. So offer a hidden discount link inside the DMs only. I've seen this work so well. You can say here, here's my services, $600 a month coaching. What I'm going to do for you, because I like you and I think I can help you pretty easily, is I'll give you 33% off for the next 2 months. So it'll only be $400 a month. So instead of paying $1,200, you only have to pay $800. And I just saved you $400 and essentially made you $5,000 a month. So pretty much a no-brainer deal, would you say? And you kind of build urgency like that. But you can say, hey, it's only going to be good for the next 5 people or the next 14 days, right? So you could pair it with a sense of urgency. So this is the final checklist. This is going to be, this whole guide is going to be present in our paid community. If you guys are in the paid community, you can just download this template. Again, $25 a month to have all of these resources for every other live stream we've done. It's a pretty good deal. But the outcome statement written and tested, the framework is named and explained. You clearly mapped your milestones. So again, that was either in here. So like what we did, specifically what deep dive audit we did, what we did and what our services built out for you, and explain at the top of it where people are going to get to with that outcome statement. Tiered plans with strategic pricing. We did that. We have 3 different plans, and then our custom priced agency. A WAP page follows a layout. So essentially just a clear layout where you can display them all at the same time. You're just going to go to manage WAP, and you're going to have WAP visibility on. So that way they're all showing. Screenshots or visual proof added. I did this up here by showing some client videos, as well as a custom video that explains the process, and I'm talking about it. But obviously my Instagram has all of our social proof and testimonials in my highlight reel, or we also just have the 5 stars, 27 reviews here from 378 users. So I figured, I don't need as much testimonial content on the main screen here because it does show for itself at this point. DM flow to call to action prepared. So figure out that flow that you're going to walk people through. Is it just going to be these basic asking about their problems or their pains and then trying to line up a service that you have with that and see the value and get them on a call? Or do you want to just directly send them the link to the WAP? It's more like how much one-on-one service do you want? And you can test both to start. You could ask them, you could say, hey, here's our free community. I'm also down to meet with you for 1 week, just on one call and see if you like my services. You can also just test it again, just plan like for the next 50 people that click on this link tree, I'm just going to try this. And then for the next 50 people after that, I'm going to try a different, basically outcome statement like this. We're just going to see out of those based on how many people saw it, how many people joined my community, and we can kind of get data from that. And then finally, iterate based on your response rate and your close percentage. So this is 2 ways of doing it. Actually, 3 ways. So first, in the WAP dashboard, you can track how many people see your offer like this and actually go through and purchase your service. So that's one way of tracking conversion. It should usually be between 2 to 5% from what I've found. So out of 20 people, usually one should almost always buy your service on a pretty good day, as long as everything is set up correctly. And that's basically true for us. We bare minimum have people joining the free one, but we'll get some paid members from that too. Close percentage second means how many people are seeing the link in your Instagram bio and going to WAP or going to whatever service you're hosting on, like Kajabi or Discord. You can track that using Linktree. I think Instagram is starting to come out with a way to track that too. You can use Teletree. You can use a million different services that count how many link clicks you have and just see how many members you got. And then third, in the DMs, what you want to do is track how many conversations you had. You can use ManyChat to converse with people once they respond or send you a DM. And then you can track how many of those people you actually closed and then tailor your sales script based on that. We're going to go over sales scripts and things like that very soon in this community. So join the free one, and in the paid one, we'll have more master classes like this. The closing thought is many people try to look professional, kind of ironic because I got my little suit coat on here, but pros look predictable. So I know I not only look good and fly as hell right now, but essentially I'm also predictable because I laid out specifically what each one of my services is going to do. And you guys can ask for your money back if I didn't deliver on every single one of these. If I didn't deliver with meeting on you 4 times, if I didn't deliver on advanced sales and marketing to help you scale fast, if I didn't give you this VIP network, if you didn't actually feel like you were connecting with high-level individuals, if you didn't have a done with you coaching model, you can contest any of those points. Specifically in the agency, if you guys didn't have a done for you funnel, an ad system, an email, and an automation, then you could quite easily complain. And that's how I'm measuring my progress. We also set objectives that we both agree on not only the sales call, but the introduction call, which I would also encourage you to do with your clients, because in some industries like fitness or dating, it's very hard to track measurable outcomes, except ones you give them, like talking to 5 people each day or trying this strategy, right? Something like that in the gym or a diet plan. It's more up to them to be accountable. So set how you are going to be measured and how they are going to be measured, and track that and be predictable. Final statement. An offer isn't just about how polished it looks. It's about whether someone sees it and says, this solves exactly what I've been stuck on. And it's obvious what I'll walk away with. Once you build all these things on WAP, go through and ask yourself, is this very obviously clear about what someone's going to walk away with and what the value is? Well, this is the value for someone learning how to get started. What are we going to do? We're going to give you a free launch pad. It's going to help you build your brand, validate your offer, and prep to scale. Are we not doing that right now on this live stream? So that's really all we needed to say. And additionally, we tell you in these points what the main outcomes are. And then down here, we'll tell you what you get to do that, among many other things. And then finally, we tell you exactly what types of people would fit that profile. But again, use the lens of doing that, of tailoring essentially what you're going to do to what people want. And you'll never essentially lose in this game. You'll always have a winning formula. This is the system though. All of this stuff. Again, this template will be available in our paid community. I might put it on YouTube so you can check the description. But if not, then you have the link to join if you're watching this on our YouTube channel. But either way, I'll see you guys on Saturday. What's going to happen is Anthony and I are going to discuss something related to this. I'm going to actually help him set up his community or fitness program. And we're going to talk about an offer that he can go sell either in the DMs or through WAP or on a different platform like Coach Accountable or something like that that I've seen many people use. If this lesson was helpful to you guys, I hope that you joined and got some value out of participating in this. I've seen I've seen a few people essentially join our prep school just off of this live stream here. But if you got something out of this, feel free to subscribe on YouTube and comment essentially the biggest thing that you're trying to work on with your brand. And if I see it, I'll try to respond directly to that. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here and the video. But thank you for your time, and I'll see you on Saturday or in the next one.